The following is intended for adult audience. Viewers' discretion is advised. So when that happened, I was like, damn, like, I found out he sent an ass picture to one of his best friends. But I wasn't really reading the messages.
Who?
Kaon
Okay.
sent an ass picture to one of his best friend, his gay best friend. But they used to fuck. So that's what got me a little fucked up. And that shit, just like, if it made me flip, like, I've never cheated on you. I've been loyal to you. Like, why couldn't you tell me you were gonna send this ass picture to your friend? If you would have told me, oh, I'm sending this ass picture because we're talking about surgery, alright, cool. But if you just sending that ass picture and then I go through your phone and I find out, like, isn't that a little sus?
Yeah.
Like, we share everything. Like, there shouldn't be nothing hidden. Like, you send that dick pic, alright, cool. You guys are talking about probably something else. And, you prove it to me. Okay, cool, yeah. It's nothing. You guys are not talking about fucking or anything. But when it comes to, like, being secret about shit, you're putting password on your phones. Like, and I find out you're sending an ass picture to the person you guys used to fuck, like, that made me flip. So if it made me flip, and so I left him. Like, we were at the parking lot by West LA. We were at this mall at a parking lot. We were just sleeping in the car, stoned as hell. And he was asleep in my chest. And I go through his phone. I use his fingerprint. And I open his phone and I go through all his shit. And I find out that. And so I flip. I tell him, get the fuck off me. I get off the car. I get my skateboard from the back of his trunk. His car trunk. And then I just skate out of the parking lot. And I'm like going towards the next bus. And he's like, okay, let me just take you home. Like, please, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry you found out about that. Like, you need to read the rest of the message. But at this point, I'm just like, no, I don't gotta read shit, because you were supposed to tell me first before even sending that. Like, I'm a chill dude. Like, I wouldn't care, because you guys are talking about fucking surgery. But the fact that you didn't tell me that, just imagine how much shit you could hide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So right there, the stress was just broken. And so I leave. He drops me off home. I get in the car again. He drops me off home. It's a silent drive for the first time. Like, me and him is just like talk. But this time it's like silence drive. And like, it's serious. And so he drops me off home. And he leaves. And that was the first time he does meth. And so he falls into this addiction of meth. And then the next day, I end up doing meth. Like, you did it, so I'm gonna do it type shit, like, you fucked, so I'm gonna fuck. And the fact that he didn't fuck, but the fact that he sent the ass picture made me think he was gonna fuck, or he did fuck. So I went out and fucked. And so when he went out to go fuck with this white dude, he went and fucked with this white man, but this white man was doing meth. And he's the one that introduced him to meth and cheese. So he's doing all these drugs. I do it at one time. This 420 show has gone into like another level.
A whole different fucking
A whole different level. So we're like, where was I, Brie?
he started getting addicted to meth.
Yes. So he's like, and I could tell when he uses it because, like, his eyes, the fact that he wouldn't look straight into my eyes. So when he would be high, he would just be like, kind of like, you know, like, not trying to make eye contact. So he would just, like, avoid eye contact. And he will avoid me at any cost when he was high. So he stopped using it. And I was like, cool. And he texted me. We're already, so he uses it on December. This is already December when he comes back from Iowa. Because on November, I tell him that. He leaves, hooks up. It's already December. It's already going to be December 20-something. Like, it's already Christmas almost. So he goes back to Iowa to his family. And he comes back. He's hooked to this drug. You know, like, he's tried this drug because of some white dude he met in Hollywood. Which I'm still trying to find out who that white dude is. Like, I'm gay myself, technically speaking. So I could literally just download those hookup apps, find that motherfucker, and just have a deep talk. That's if he's still alive. But, you know, and I just, like, he's hooked to this drug. It's December. It's going to January.
Also, he got hooked when he went to Iowa.
No, he got hooked when he was here in LA. He got hooked because of a white man that he met in Hollywood that he hooked up with. So that's where he got hooked. He got hooked from. You know, that's the story he told me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not gonna share the stories that he's been through because it's so deep. But all I gotta say is, like, he's been through a lot too. But prior to that, I myself, when I found out about that, I was just devastated. You know, it was like a devastation. Like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, how could you go that route? And when he went to Iowa, he said he was doing good, whatever. So 2 years passes. It's 2018. We stay in touch here and there. 2019 comes around. He messages me around the summer. Tells me, hey, you should come over to Iowa and he said, come over and let's come over because it might be the last time you get to talk to me. But I wasn't taking that as, like, I'm gonna commit suicide. I take that more as I'm gonna block you. You know,
that never crossed your mind.
Yeah, because I was just like, oh, he's just gonna block me again. So he's like, I'm gonna buy your ticket. I'm gonna buy your plane ticket, and I want you to come to Iowa. But see, me and him was always like, in that like we always had feelings for each other. So whatever he did, kind of like bugged me, and whatever I did bugged him. So we were always like mad for the reason that we thought we were still dating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, so we get in a little argument. So he doesn't ends up buying my plane ticket. So I end up buying my own plane ticket. I still end up going to Iowa. So I go to Iowa, and he picks me up from the Chicago airport and everything, whatever. We're talking, and I'm over here thinking like, oh, he's clean, you know, he stopped doing drugs, everything. We get to his room, whatever. Everything is organized, whatever. And there's not much in his room. It was just like a bed, TV, and everything was in his closet. But other than that, like I don't remember him using any of that drug until like the fourth to third day that I was there. You know, he used it, and I knew he was using it because he wore the hat, and the hat was covering it up to here, and he was avoiding eye contact with me at all times. So I was like, okay, you know, like I already know the deal. So then night comes, he ends up telling me like, oh, like he pulls out the pipe, and he's like, oh yeah, you don't use it. So I'm like, alright, fuck it, I'm down. So we do smoke together, but it wasn't like, we weren't fucking because we were in love. We were just fucking because we were drugged up. You know? And it wasn't something I wanted it anymore. Like, I didn't want, if we did continue this relationship that he called, I didn't want it to go down that road. You know, I wanted to just be like, sober, man. Like, take a beer, smoke a blunt, chill out. You know, and I just felt like it wasn't gonna be the same anymore. And so on the second day, I download Grindr, the dating app, the gay dating app, and I meet this guy. And this guy, like, helps me leave basically Kaon's house. So mind you, my flight, it's fucking December 6th. My flight ticket is all the way until December 19th. So I have to stay in Iowa another 2 weeks. You know, like, it's barely December 6th. Like,
so you left this house December 6th?
Yes. So I got there on December 1st, and I left December 6th. And so then I had to stay there until December 19th. So I was there for a cool while. So I'm like, fucking Iowa. So I download this app. I go to this dude's house, and he's like, and I tell him my situation. I tell him everything, like, by details. Right now I'm just breaking it down. But I tell him everything by details. And he's just like, stay here with me. So I'm like, all right, cool. I said, cool, yeah, I'm down. You know, so I'm down. Like, I take all my shit and I go with him. This is downtown Davenport. It's like a little city, a little town in Iowa. So I'm in downtown Davenport, and this dude ends up taking my shit. Okay, for like 2 days. So we kick it, whatever, have all my stuff in his apartment. And so what happened is we go to
What do you mean by he took your shit for 2 days?
I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
So basically what happened, I need pee.